Welcome into episode 9 of the Bridge Street podcast here. We made it to 9, which I'm surprised we made it to, but we're getting there. We're almost in double digits, if I'm being honest.
Crazy.
So, very, very excited about that. Make sure you check into last week's episode. We have a ton of great reviews on there. 3 really solid albums that, if you're kind of into music and super passionate about listening to new releases, we do go over Alfredo 2 with Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist, Make America Slime Again with NBA Youngboy, and the Quadeca album as well. So going through all of that, make sure you check that out after this video. Subscribe, interact however you can. It always helps us out because we are a smaller channel. How are things going this week, Trashley?
Good. Had some issues with setting up this podcast. I don't want to get super into. I don't want to spare some details, but I'm doing good. I'm really excited for this week. We got a lot of good stuff on the docket today, and I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be a fun one.
We got a ton of good stuff, and we had actually teased it on last week's episode towards the end. Those people who stick around for the full
Yeah.
pod know what we're talking about. But one of my favorite collaborations that I've been looking forward to for a while now, as we get into this Aries rollout, Sleepwalker featuring BRAKENCE with Aries. How do we feel about this?
Dude, yeah, this song was sick. You were getting me hyped about it before. I was really kind of off the radar on this whole thing, and I took some of my own time to listen to the Break-Ins like solo album that came out.
Yeah,
What is it? Last year?
2022.
2022? 2023?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah,
hypochondriac.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was like two, three
Yeah, I
years
listened
ago.
to Hypochondriac, and like you're like so close to like getting it. You're so close to understanding why I like the stuff that I like. You're really close. But no, that one was sick. Um, yeah, I really like this single. The production was crazy. I mean, both of them just are so talented. The singing's incredible. This is probably one of my favorites, like of the year. I would say, like probably one of my favorite single releases of the
Yeah,
year.
I think the biggest thing, especially if you do listen to Hypochondriac or you've listened to the two Aries albums, the biggest thing I was wondering going into this was, is this going to be Breakins going into Aries' world or Aries going into Breakins' world? Because when you listen to Hypochondriac, there's so many different segments. Like if you listen to like Deepfake, there's like 8 different segments. You're going from Midwest emo to hyperpop to 8 different instrumental sections. It's great. It's amazing. And that album is so great, so I was so hyped to see this. But it was definitely Breakins moving more towards Aries World and some more structured stuff instead of that organized chaos
Yeah,
sound he usually
yeah.
has. So it was really good to see Breakins enter that world. And I know he was supposed to go on tour with him on the last one, and he didn't because I think he was sick or something. But just such a good, such strong writing in
Hmm.
this, even though it can be two artists who kind of tend to like have some less built out or a little bit more simple lyrics for their
Hmm.
genre. um, it was just a really cool to see Breakins in that Aries world, but a clear stamp of his production and his songwriting.
Yeah. Like you kind of said, like the reason I liked the Break Hits album was because it was kind of like a little bit chaotic, and I thought that was really cool. But I think he's really
Mhm.
used as a feature here on this Aries single. It's like kind of perfectly, to be honest with you. Like his vocals are
Mhm.
incredible, and it's just I think putting him in like a little bit of a box, I guess, in this
Yeah.
sort of single is I think really good for the song and really makes the track as a whole.
Yeah, and it's almost this eerie chorus
Yeah.
that just sneaks you through this song, and then it's Aries verse, Breakin's verse, another Aries verse, and it's a hard hitting song
Yeah.
throughout. And I've been super high on Aries since
Hmm.
2018, but just moving into this album rollout, there's already been 2 singles that have been great, and then he obviously teased on that first single another one in the intro that he released on like social media versus the streaming versions. So that album, man, I am so hyped
I'm
for that. Like I'm dying to have this
Now
album.
I'm like really excited. Like I really want to hear this thing now too. Like just asked me 2 weeks ago and I have like barely an idea what you're talking about, and now this is like one of my most anticipated releases for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So very excited about that. I think in 2024 we just it was like a great year. Like when we made that list, we looked
Hmm.
back at it and we're like 2024 is a really good year. And then when we kind of got to the midway point in June of 2025, it was looking really
Hmm.
weak. But now you're starting to see some of the the big hitters drop, and it's going to be interesting to see how things flesh out
Yeah,
going
I think
forward.
we talked about that episode one. Like we were saying how it's
Hmm.
weak, but none of the big names have really dropped anything, and now you're kind of seeing this happen. It's starting to look a little bit better.
Hmm. So definitely a strong single there. Absolute add to the playlist. In terms of singles, nothing really else that we saw grab our attention this week, but a very interesting case study, you could almost call it, is this new Metro Boomin album,
Hmm.
A Futuristic Summer.
Yeah,
Listening to this, you know that Metro Boomin has a good ear, and what he's going to release is going to be, by his standards,
yeah,
quality. But I saw him give some pushback to the reception of this album and people thinking that it flopped. But this album does not connect, is not going to connect with a modern rap audience as much as it will with somebody over the age of 27, 28.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
That's funny. Uh, this one is it was interesting. I thought it was really fun. Like I thought it was a fun album to listen to, and I think a futuristic summer is kind of like a perfect name for it. It kind of feels like a summer like high vibes kind of album. I can understand like how a lot of like Metro fans, like you said, who are probably let's be real here, under the age of 20, they're like how they think it's like bad. I don't think it's like bad. I don't think it's a bad album. I think it's fun.
Mhm.
And I think that's exactly what Metro Boomin wanted to do and was trying to do. And I think he executes that well.
I think he executes what he was trying to execute well. I just think there was a cap on the vision.
Yeah.
Because if this is something that releases in 2008, 2009, it would probably be the biggest record in the world.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just not what it is today. And then you see him tweeting about like, oh, like you just don't get girls if you don't like this album. It's like, hey, like, and I like this album. It's like decent,
Hmm.
but it's like there's a clear disconnect in what he thinks the quality of this album is, which is good if you're someone of our age or older. But if you're younger, I don't know why you would like this
Hmm.
because there's no big hitters that they're usually listening to. There's no Future.
Hmm.
There's no Gunna. Like I mean, there's Quavo. But like, what did the people under the age of 20? How are they gonna like this? Like, I'm surprised I didn't see Soldier Boy
Yeah.
on this. Like, I thought this sounded like damn near like a Soldier Boy type album. And I know he's got beef. I don't know if he's still got beef with Quavo or whatever. So
Yeah.
maybe that was it. But like, definitely an older vibe of an album, 2007, 2008 older album.
I didn't know that Metro Boomin tweet was like real. I didn't like I didn't think it
I
was
think it
real.
was.
If it's real, it's the funniest shit ever. Like that's the funniest tweet of all time. If you don't like my album, you don't get girls. Maybe.
Do I have to? If I'm in this, do I have to have an X account to look at this? I gotta see if this is real because I'm pretty sure it
I think
was.
you have to have an X account to like view the tweets in order. I think when you don't have it in order, or I think when you're not logged in, it just shows most popular down.
Damn. Oh shit! It's just saying like May for this. I don't know. Whatever. But I think it is real, and if it's not, that is 100% my bad. But I think that was a real tweet, and I honestly could see how
Yeah.
people aren't rocking with this
Mm.
album. And I think this is like the real discussion about this album. And I know we haven't got it. We'll get into the actual album more, but if you're going into this expecting a classic like rap album, like an amazing like all time rap album that Metro Boomin has done with heroes and villains, and the most recent Future projects, it's just not
Yeah.
that. So getting into that, definitely some good highlights on here. I think one thing I learned is that Gucci is just timeless.
Hmm.
Like he can pop up on a track. It's the same thing with Two Chains. A lot of these Atlanta guys where they can pop up back on a track out of
Hmm.
nowhere, and it's one of the best verses you've heard in a while. So, Gucci Vert's on They Want to Have Fun is a
Yeah.
great song. And then Quavo's contribution to this project were pretty good as well.
Yeah, I liked Quavo a lot on this thing, and it's funny you mentioned the Gucci Mane verse. It's just like the similar thing with the yeah, like the discussion we were having. Like we appreciate that because we're old as hell and we remember when Gucci Mane was like
Yeah.
good. But no, like there's a lot of really cool and really interesting features on this album that you're not really expecting, and there's not a lot of names like a lot of people would know like off rip or like haven't really been talked about in a very long time. But I think they all like pull their weight pretty well for the most part. I mean, it's hard to like pick and choose because there's just so many. But I think all of them did a really good job. I think especially Quavo, I do agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and I think just expectations going into this. This is a crunk album. This is an Atlanta 2005 4 to 7 album. Like this is not something you can go in expecting to like kind of critique with the lens of a 2025.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it's a decent project, but it also doesn't do anything like really game changing, and that's something you've seen on like pretty much all Metro Boomin
yeah,
albums recently. Like Heroes and Villains, that's like you hear like it's almost a cinematic like even like from the Weekend to Future to 21. These guys bounce back, Don Toliver, all these
mhm,
sounds that were just amazing. But on this, it's just a fun album, and it's supposed to be fun. But I just don't see it connecting with kids the same age.
yeah. I agree. It kind of feels like a split from the modern Metro Boomin timeline. But again, it's not bad. Like it's fun. And like
Yeah.
I had fun. I think that's what Metro Boomin wanted, and that was his vision. And we talk a lot on this podcast about like artists and their vision, and there's no vision, or they're not
Mhm.
like this. There's clearly a vision for what Metro
Mhm.
wanted, and I think in that regard, it's executed very well. But yeah, it's not for everybody,
Yeah.
but if you're into this kind of thing, like probably gonna love it. You know?
It's very similar, maybe not sonically, but in approach to Don't Tap the Glass.
Hmm.
I mean, they're both
Yeah,
like they're not sonically very similar, but they're both meant to be these guys' versions of a fun
yeah,
album. And kind of something that's not deep in concept and kind of I think people are kind of looking for some sort of escape nowadays because everything you see is relatively doom and gloom and everyone's in the real world is just everything's hectic, everything's polarized, you're on your phone 24/7, so everyone kind of just wants some sort of an
hmm
escape. But yeah, just another fun album. Looking at this, you got any ads on
I got a
this?
couple. I like Butterflies a lot. I think the production was really, really cool on that one. The really, really cool sound. Still Turnt was another one that I really liked a lot. I don't know what it was. Is this like all these like songs I'm saying are just things where I'm listening, I'm just like, oh, I'm like it's summer and I'm having fun. And it's
Yeah.
also 2008 and we're in Atlanta. I also like Loose Screws a lot. I know you were a fan of that track as well. That was another good one. And then Parting and Drinking with Waka Flocka Flame and 21 Savage. That one was actually like good as fuck. I love that one.
It's interesting to see Flocka's relevance now because he was on the Jack Boys 2
Yeah.
album as well. So you're starting to see him pop up here
It's
and there.
it's a
Just
2026,
I
the
don't
year of Waka Flocka Flame.
honestly, he could have like a Tyga like comeback, like where Tyga was hot for like that like 9 month period in
He's
2018
so
when he had like
he's
Taste and
so
all those
cool.
records.
That'd be the coolest thing ever.
If Waka, I don't know if Waka could. That was just such a cultural like timestamp,
Yeah.
like of when Waka was
Yeah.
hot, and then people just like the songs from then.
Yeah.
But definitely interesting. I had Loose Screws Still Turn, and They Want to Have Fun. They Want to Have Fun. Young Dro has a crazy verse on
That's a
there,
good one
and
too.
so does.
Yeah.
So I did the beginning's like a little bit like at the beginning I hated the song, and then I like the once you start getting out of the sample and kind of into the like actual track,
Mhm.
it's more solid.
Mhm.
Where are you at out of 10 on this one?
Out of 10, I'm feeling like a low six, probably like a 6.2, 6.3 ish.
Yeah,
Like I had fun. It's a solid album, but it's not like the groundbreaking stuff we've seen in the past. But I think it's a solid project. There's a couple of ads, pretty good.
yeah, and I think it's kind of the same way I would rank the Tyler album, I'm at about a 5.8, is because there's clearly like they executed on their vision. There is a vision, but it like there's a cap on how great this can be because it is sonically different from what they usually do, and it's not like a artistic approach.
Right.
A quick discussion piece we have this week, something that not really we're looking at a review, but kind of just something that's noteworthy because we did cover Catch Me Outside 2 about 3 episodes ago from Ski Mask. The Lost Files, which was a compilation of SoundCloud singles released by Ski Mask and Slump God this week, making sure they're on DSPs. This was one hell of a nostalgia
Yeah.
bomb, and it's kind of good to see that stuff getting up there. And I was happy to see it released.
Yeah. It was just like it was like in Ratatouille when the food critic eats the food, and then he gets like a flashback to when he's like a child. That's like
Yeah,
actually that's like what happened to me when I heard fucking Broly on my phone for like the first time in
yeah.
like 8 years. It was like I was like, holy shit, what happened?
It's insane too, because like when you go and you listen to these releases, because like I'll listen to this stuff like when I go back on SoundCloud,
Yeah.
like even some of the older Trip Red, older X, older Ski Mask, like you just forget how like hungry these guys seem. Like
Yeah.
these guys, like when they were coming up, like even that Florida scene, like even Lil Pump on like Where's the Blow is like an insane,
Yeah.
like intense verse, even though it's not like anything crazy. But like Ski Mask, X, Lil Pump, Kodak, Denzel Curry, those guys, Space Ghost Purple, when those guys were young, it was just these guys wanted to like just take over a rap scene,
Yeah.
and they did.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting too, because like I don't feel like sonically Ski Mask has changed very much, but it definitely feels like
Mhm.
different when you're listening to the older stuff. Maybe it is that like hunger, or maybe I'm just like I literally got like nostalgia bombed so hard, but it just feels like it, I guess it was just like a product of the times. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like just like hearing this back then, it was like nothing any of us had ever heard before, and
Yeah,
it's
I think it's not as much nostalgia as it is power of the moment.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
I think yeah.
because when like 2018, everybody really harps on how great like 2016, but like 2018 and 17, like when you would like go on SoundCloud and you would see like an X, a Juice, a Trippie Red, even like 6ix9ine, like even if you want to say it's good or bad, same with like Lil Pump Smoke Perp, they were doing stuff that nobody had ever done and seen success with.
Yeah.
And like just being in that time of like everybody being different, everyone breaking the norm that you saw in hip
Hmm.
hop, and then being back on here and listening to it. It's these guys are
Pause.
young, hungry.
Pause.
Pause, pause.
Pause.
Hey yo, hey yo,
Pause.
hey yo, hey yo.
Yo.
Young, hungry, and they were looking to get the bag of that. But that's crazy. Hey yo, I'm about to cut that out.
No, no, okay, hold on. Let me lock you. No, yeah. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I think it's just like an era of like we'll never see again and the sound we'll never hear again. Like in like a in
Mhm.
like a at like a wide scale. I mean, like maybe we'll see it like in a different flavor, as in a different style, and then you look back 8 years from then, and then you're like, oh wait, this is actually really cool. But like, I think, yeah, I think we both agreed though that like doing a review on the compilation tape is like well
Yeah.
redundant, but it's just cool to finally like have these like on streaming services. Really cool.
I think I think there's really two things, like two angles you can approach this compilation with. Is okay, one, where is Ski Mask going, and based off the Catch Me Outside 2 and this release of the Lost Files and like the compilation album, there's like a clear people are like they're trying to remind people who Ski Mask the Slump God is and like recapture that magic.
Yeah.
But again, like what is he drops an album in 3 4 weeks, he's hot off of this, and then does he do something new? Like he has to do something new,
Yeah.
like he can't just do the old stuff.
Yeah.
So you can look at it that way, and you can also just kind of take from this like, yeah, it's a nostalgia play. this is where we are at in music, and that right now we're kind of in a down period. You know, you had the payoff of that whole 2010 through 2015 guys and the Kendrick Drake beef, and how those guys were huge, and pause. And then you have like the SoundCloud guys, all those guys died, so we're really not going to get a payoff there, and that era has ended. So
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this when we reviewed the Catch Me Outside too, but it's just like, yeah, Ski Mask has
mhm.
gotta like, push the envelope a little bit. If you're gonna drop something else,
He's got to do something.
it's gotta be something, man. It's gotta be like a little step up. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just like, yeah, but it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here, especially after this. Like, is it gonna be more like nostalgia bait of like the same kind of thing, or what? It'll be interesting to see where he goes.
I mean, those X archives have to be depleted now at this point, right? They have to have put out everything because you look at those like those last two albums. There was like maybe like four verses from.
I think the X archives have been depleted for like 7 years.
Yeah,
I genuinely think they were like using like a robot or some shit. Like, I really don't believe it.
yeah. When you saw like the Juice World X collaboration in 2025, I was like,
Dude,
what
that
the
shit, like, I didn't want to listen to it, bro. I was like, this feels
bro? That
terrible.
made me
Like,
frustrated.
this feels wrong.
That made me frustrated, bro. Like, how can it's fucked up because these guys like died and then somehow dying made them corny.
Yeah.
Like these people just made them
Don't
corny as
pisses
fuck.
me off.
Fuck. Pisses me off, bro. Like X, like if you look at like a little bit of a side tangent, but you look at like Question Mark and you look at 17, those are insane
They're so
albums.
good.
Like just objectively, and now it's like, ugh, yeah, you're ashamed to even admit that you like these guys. I'm wearing the Juice WRLD shirt just because it was pulled out of the closet
It's
today.
just like,
But
it's like tarnishing their legacy, and it makes me so upset. Like, I think the only person who's
yeah,
done like a post like death like release,
like a posthumous
yeah,
album, yeah.
it's like Mac Miller is the only one I think that's been really really good. Like, those Mac Miller albums I think are really cool and good and tasteful because he was like almost
Yeah.
done with the album anyways, I think.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah.
Swimming or whatever it
No,
was?
no, not Swimming. It was Circles. Yeah.
Circles. Yeah, I wasn't huge listening to Mac Miller, but also he has 7 years of
Yeah.
archives, and it's like when you release that, it's like a little bit better. But like, yeah, none of the three Juice World albums were done right.
Yeah.
The X Skins or whatever that X album was
Dude.
terrible. Bad Vibes Forever, Loki has like that trippy red PNB rock X song on that is insane. Like I love that song, but it's so fraudulent. It's such a
I
fraudulent
just
song.
feel like bad listening to them. Like, I really do.
Yeah,
It feels like soulless. It really does. At least to me.
yeah. I mean, that one was different because PNB Rock was still alive when it
Yeah.
released,
Well, like,
but like,
yeah.
still, it's a little questionable.
Yeah.
Just throwing people off. Yeah, well, I think that wraps up our discussion on the Ski Mask project. Go and check it out, especially if you're of the younger age and you weren't really around then to listen to it. It's something that's like kind of a historical point, kind of in music and hip hop. Definitely that range of 2 to 3 years where anybody could become hot off of anything, and a really important period in the times of music and streaming for sure into kind of another different genre, the rage sound of hip hop. We had Yeat's release of Dangerous Summer, which was a new album, mixtape project, compilation of songs that we had here. How do we feel about this one?
It's kind of crazy. We reviewed two albums with a summer in the title. Wonder what uh, wonder what that means.
Oh yeah, I wonder what month we're
In August. I think we both feel the same way about Yeat as an artist, in that like
in. Yeah,
it's like a like we both don't get it. Like, or sorry, well, at least like me, I don't really I don't get it. But like, I listened to this one and then I started to like figure it out. I was like, oh wait, like the production's actually kind of insane. It's just the only parts I don't like are when like Yeat starts singing.
I think I think there's like a real there's real power behind like the working on dying Benny
Yeah.
X in that production,
Yeah.
the collective there, and there's those guys are just such great
Yeah.
producers. Um, that collective, but at the same time, it's like, what are we kind of doing with it when like Yeat starts talking? I like some of his other stuff, some of his older shit where like he has Uzi on
Yeah.
it every now and then. Like, there's probably like 5 or 6 songs I enjoy from Yeat, but like listening to it, I don't get myself to the point where I can listen to 50 of these songs and like it. But I understand people are the same way with Youngboy
Yeah.
and that or Dirt, whoever.
Yeah. But
But
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, it's an okay album. It's an
Yeah,
okay
I was
album.
gonna say like for actual like album criticisms, like again, like it's okay. Like I like the production. I think the production is really really good because Penny X is like hard carries the shit every time. But no, there's a couple songs that I think like aren't bad, and then there's others where I think they're like unlistenable, like actually unlistenable.
Yeah, there are definitely some unlistenable tracks here. It's interesting to like listen to, and I don't feel like we're the right people to tell you if you should listen to this album or not because neither of us get
Yeah,
it. And so it's honestly, but at the same time, we have to listen to everything to like give it a shot. Because if say this were an album that resonated with the both of us, two people who really don't like this, then you have to give this album its credit and give it its
yeah.
props. But like the beginning of the album, the first 3 tracks are almost all
Mm.
unlistenable, and then it's like some more of the same. It's loud noises and booms and bams, and it's just it's whatever.
Loco actually like ruined my day, like genuinely.
Yeah, same.
That song is
It was
terrible. Is really bad.
You know what? You know what's one interesting thing though?
Hmm.
It's just like Waka, but Sababy has been on every project, dude. Like low key, I did not expect him to have a comeback. I thought he was done. Then he was on Jack Boys 2. He's on the Yeet project. He had Claro singing on his album. Like he's dude, I didn't think the pull up with a stick guy was gonna be like culturally relevant in 2025, but he's like low key cooking, and he has like he sells out shows, like he sells out
What?
shows, which is
That's
crazy.
insane though, low key. Is it actually the
He was
comeback
like
is
in
actually
the
real? Holy shit.
dude, no, like he has been hot. He's been on a bunch of different albums, and like he was kind of the OG Thug clone,
Yeah.
or like maybe the second guy, but like for him to do this, it's impressive because he had that like pull up with a stick was huge. That was a huge
Thanks for
song.
that.
Rico Reckless on the
Yeah.
remix, that was crazy song. But now he's actually like kind of got a revival going.
Smoke Perp needs to take notes for real.
Yeah,
We want
yeah,
more
it's
Smoke Perp. Please take notes.
dude. Honestly, though, Smoke Perp is like kind of
Dude,
underrated.
no, I know. Like I'm not being disingenuous.
Like Smoke Perp is better than Lil Pump, and what he had that verse on was it Costa Rica
Yeah.
on the
I think
Dreamville?
so,
Like,
yeah.
it's not even that bad.
Yeah. I think the freestyle sorry, this is a crazy side tangent. I think the freestyle ruined his PR forever.
The Fortnite
He just
one.
has negative PR, negative aura. Everybody thinks he's ass. Like, anyways, yeah. Sorry.
How did the label not stop that from coming
I
out?
don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think it was live or something. Like they were banging on the door. You could hear it in the background. I don't know. They fumbled that shit.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but
what were we
back
talking
to
about?
his
Yeet?
Yeet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I like 3 songs on this. I like the one with Sababy MFU. That was solid. ADL is coming is like kind of it's got like some different instruments that could almost be performed with like a live
Hmm.
band. It's a solid project. It's a solid song.
Yeah.
There's not much more on here. Maybe Come and Go was solid,
Hmm.
but outside of that, 3 ads.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
I had two. I had Oh I Did. And I think that's just because I didn't like the first three like at all, and then I heard something that was like kind of listenable, and I really liked it. But I thought that one was actually good, like genuinely. And then I'm Yeet. I liked I'm Yeet a lot because I thought it was really funny. Like the beat would just stop,
Yeah,
and he just go like I'm Yeet, and I'm like, I'm like That's when I was like, oh, I think I get it. I think I understand why people
yeah.
like Yeet. But those were like my two
Where you
ads
landed?
from
Where you landed out of 10 on this one?
probably like 4.3 maybe, like low four, I would say. Like not great. Like I like the production. That's like kind of about it. I had two songs I actually really liked. It's just like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I have this one at like a 4.2, 4.3. Like,
Yeah, that's that's fun. I can't wait for the next Yeat discussion. That
oh, dude, I don't even know if we covered it. I mean, it is kind of a slow week. We made it. We somehow pulled 30 minutes out of a Yeat album, a Metro Boomin album with no relevant features, and a Ski Mask compilation. So hey, I mean, we can review. We could do a full hour on a Yeat review if we really wanted to. I think we're showing some
I'm cool
skills.
on that, but like whatever, whatever, Ben.
Dude, that'll be like a fantasy football punishment. You lose the league, you have to do an hour-long
You have
podcast on
you have to
Yeat.
listen to Yeat for a week straight and try to figure it out.
Oh, that'd be brutal. But we do got the draft segment. We made it here. Thank God. And with the current release of A Futuristic Summer by Metro Boomin, we thought it would be a good time to go through the past discography and some of the best beats and instrumentals we have seen from a top tier producer. So this week, top 10 Metro Boomin beats. No restrictions on artists here. You can go really wherever you want, no matter what the other person took. Besides, obviously, you can't take the same song because you're just an idiot if
Yeah.
you do that. But yeah, no restrictions here. We're gonna do our top five and then like a personal favorite. So you can't have it held against you, but you get the good benefits of it, and it doesn't have to be iconic. It's kind of a deep cut, might not be, but also a personal pick. All right, big guy, we doing heads or we doing
We're doing
tails?
tails. We're doing tails every time. Till I die.
Dude,
I
perma
perma
tails,
tails. Just lock me in forever.
and you took the dub this
Holy
time.
shit.
I think we're even. I think we're like
Are
three
we
and three in
are
coin
we
toss,
even?
or
Put the
three.
record in the comments below. No. No, this one was like kind of interesting to like kind of like plan ahead for because like going through my list I was like, okay, do I like these songs because the beat is good or do I like them because they're awesome and they rock? You know.
Yeah, it's an interesting
That
pick.
being said, I think my number one overall pick, I think
Are you receiving or
oh,
are you
I'm
kicking?
receiving. I'm
You're
not
receiving.
I'm not yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think
Okay.
I don't think this is like your number one pick, but it's like my number one pick. I think I'm gonna go with X with 21 Savage and
Really? Okay,
Future.
that beat is
That beat is
insane.
crazy. That was like the one where I looked back, I was like, okay, is this like just a good song or what? And no, the beat is like, it is insane, man. It just goes all over the place, and it's awesome, and it's really good for like an early like early Metro Boomin. That came out in like 2017, I want to say.
Savage Mode wants 26 or 2016.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like no, that's like an insane beat. It's probably I picked it at 1-1 for a reason. It's probably one of my favorites, and I think it's genuinely of high quality.
And I think people were really slow to talk about how hard Metro hard carries on early 21
Yeah,
music. Like in Zaytoven too. Like 21 was not a good
yeah.
rapper until you hit like some parts of this an album. And then like that's solid. But like the Savage Mode stuff, that was strictly just like pure off of Metro Metro Boomin's chops, nothing
And it
else.
ruled. And it ruled.
And it ruled. And it was
It was
great.
sick.
All right. Well, with that, that still leaves me my first pick and another
Yep.
one. Um, in my opinion, this is a top five beat of all time. Father Stretch My Hands Part One. On the life of Pablo. That beat is
Yeah.
insane. The most iconic Metro Boomin drop. And if you take away the lyrics from this song, it makes it even
Yeah.
better. So you don't have to hear the bleached asshole line. Um, this is one of my favorite beats of all time, and one of the best beats of all time, objectively.
Objectively true number one, but I was a little scared about like the gray area of like production when it comes to like Kanye albums. I know you hear the producer tag or whatever, but like I was a little concerned over how much of an overlap there would have been, you know?
I feel like this one. I feel like any song that he's created on the production is valid.
Yeah.
And I know, but like this is also one definitely counts because that tag is so
Yeah,
prominent in the structure of the
yeah.
song and the drop that like when you hear
I,
that, like
yeah. I'm not saying it's not valid. I'm just saying why I didn't pick it. I
yeah,
was like,
yeah,
there's
no,
like a little gray area, I think, at least in my.
I don't even think that's a. I don't think that's a flag though. Like I think it's
No, it's
like
not it's not a flag.
clearly
I was just like in my own brain it was. Look, I don't know. You're fine. You're fine.
okay. Oh, this is hard because I don't have these ordered in like something I'd really want.
I don't either, bro.
I'm just kind of picking from the field. Okay, this could be. Let's see. Here we go. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna set the scene a little
Oh
bit.
shit.
You're like sitting there in high school. You get home from school. You turn on the Xbox. You load up the game. Put it in the disc tray. You're sitting there watching watching the game load up. You get stuck on a Paul George load screen on NBA 2K17, and you're sitting there and you're jamming out to Tuesday by I Love McConan and Drake.
Wow, what the fuck?
Legendary song,
What the fuck?
legendary beat.
What the fuck?
Tuesday, I Love McConan featuring Drake.
I didn't play 2K17. I didn't
You didn't play 2K17? That shit was
I stopped after
classic.
2K16. I had friends like that played 2K17. I would play with them, but like my last 2K
I
game was
stopped at
2K16.
16. I stopped at 19.
That's crazy.
Dude, 17 was like the most fun. I was sitting there like getting my shot creator 95 overall, just like getting ready to shoot some middies off the dribble, and then you get stuck on this Paul George loading screen for like 2 hours, and you didn't know if you would want to restart the game because pretty much every time you would get stuck on the screen, and
Hmm.
sometimes it would work after like an hour, but you would be jammed out to the amazing soundtrack on
Hmm.
that. In terms of the song, absolutely great song. I think it's like more of a casual vibe, legendary Drake feature. The beat is like very chill, but also has like high and low points. I love
Yeah, that's a cool pick. That's a cool pick. It's a we got to be the only podcast that'll like dive into fucking 2K17 discussion, giving a Metro Boomin.
it. Oh, dude, any day of the week. I'm here. I'm here for the niche
2K
topics.
2K16 is fucking so good. Anyways, okay, so I got two picks in a row, and I think I think my second pick, I think I'm gonna go with Space Cadet with Gunna. That beat is so fucking cool. You know, it's like people on fucking Reddit are gonna dog me for picking popular songs. I think songs are popular because they're good. So, and Space Cadet is just, it's so good. The beat is so good. And this is another one where I was like, okay, does Gunna carry this or does like the production carrying it? And I think the answer is both. But I also think the beat is genuinely just that good.
Yeah, it's that's a great song, and I think that first Metro Boomin album is
Oh,
underrated. There's some great beats on there. Really solid. It's a really solid pick. I like went back and listened to this song in preparation for
mhm.
this, and I didn't have it on my list, but I was like, "Ooh, I forgot how good that song was."
Yeah. And for my next pick, um, I'm gonna go with Superhero.
Really?
Yeah, dude. You
Okay.
ever, dude? Like, I'm so serious. Like, the first time I ever heard that beat, I was like shitting myself. Like, I genuinely think that beat is like fucking peak Metro Boomin. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was like, holy
No,
shit. Like,
it's a sick beat. I think it's just been ruined by like I go on TikTok and I see Joe Rogan talking over a clip of it for like two
that's true.
years.
Like, I had some of that too, where I was like, okay, this song is overplayed as shit. Like, whatever, blah blah blah. But like, objectively speaking, like this beat is like fucking insane if you look at it in like an echo chamber. Especially with the
Mhm.
transition from, damn, I'm forgetting the song on the album. I forget. Anyways, but
Oh, let me pull it
that
up,
like
bro.
transition from that song into Superhero is so insane. And it was like, yeah, no,
I knew that project was gonna be so good when it came out because it had such a central
Yeah.
theme that you knew it was gonna be like something like ready to go, intact, certain. It was on
Hmm.
time, which led it to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Dude, this that
With
that
John Legend
that
singing,
whole album is so, I feel like, underrated, like not talked about. And
dude, it's a great
so
album,
it's
and he dropped it in December too, which gave it like a perfect
yeah.
like pocket where like people could just appreciate it for
Yeah.
itself. Um, Next one I got. I wanted a Travis Scott pick, so I'm taking Mamacita.
Mm,
Uh,
okay.
Rich Homie Quan, Travis, and the guitars on that are just insane.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a
I'm
really good
such a
pick.
huge. I feel like I should have had some more deep cuts on here because I've been picking straight up like just popular picks,
Popular
like
songs are
iconic.
popular because they're good. I feel shitty doing it too, but at the same time I'm like I'm not gonna like, you know.
Yeah, you can't change your
I
opinion for
can't. Yeah, what
nobody.
do you mean?
Do I just do this? Oh, you know what? Actually, no. I want this one. Give me Ric Flair drip. That beat is
That's a
insane.
really good pick, dude. Yeah, I was gonna pick that next, I think.
That's such an insane pick where it's like that is just strictly that beat. That song wouldn't have hit like that if that beat wasn't
Mhm.
insane.
Yeah, that was a really good pick. Um, I think I'm gonna go with a Travis Scott pick too, and I'm gonna go with Overdue. Yeah,
Really? Is that you're gonna be your only Travis Scott pick for this?
I think so. I think so.
I don't want to give you. I had a different one. I had Mamacita as my number
Hmm.
one, but then I had another Travis Scott pick
Yeah,
behind
I'm not.
that
You can
because
say it. Like I'm not gonna pick another Travis Scott song.
I think 3500 was like the second best beat I
That's
had
a
on this.
really good. That's a really good pick too.
I just like Mamacita more,
Yeah,
but
that is really good. Yeah, Ric Flair drip. That pick fucked with you, bro. Look. No, you know what?
that's insane.
Here's what I'm gonna do. This is like I'm gonna do like a me pick. This is like let me put you in my shoes. You're like
Okay, this isn't your personal pick though. You still have
no, I'm gonna hang
two.
on.
We
I'm gonna
still
save it.
you're gonna
Yeah,
save
I'm
it.
gonna save
Okay.
this for my personal pick. Anyways, for my last pick, give me this is a very personal song. Let me go the world of Mr. Right Now from Savage Mode 2. Brother. Brother. Hey. Hey. It rocks.
No. That has nothing to do with the song. It has everything to do with the experiences behind the song.
Exactly. Exactly. And the beat is crazy. And there's a reason why I share there's so many I share so many fond memories with Mr. Right Now. So many so many fond memories in my life. And what I harken back to is the production was insane. It's genuinely like a very, very good beat. Like I really like it a lot. So
I'm just used to the video of somebody singing it in an elevator with no beat behind it. Just, I'm not gonna say
and
who, but there's a
and
person leaning against the side of the wall, banging his head against the wall, going, "Mister Right Now, Mister Right Now."
and it doesn't sound as good because the beat's not there. But like I genuinely believe like that's like a very, very good Metro Boomin beat.
Yeah, that's a great beat. That whole album is great. I was like, there's another one I probably should take on that, but I don't think I'm allowed to.
Yeah.
Thinking about that album right now. Um, my final official pick. Um, I'm gonna go. I'm between two different ones. Um, I'll go. I'll go like that. That's you don't want to do it, but you
You
gotta
gotta
do
do
it.
it. I didn't want to do it, but you don't want to be the guy, but
It's just such a good beat that you have to be objective about it when when you're listening to it, and
Hmm.
it's
And it's
like,
iconic.
and then
It's insanely iconic.
it's iconic. You got that part at the end with the
Hmm.
drums. Um, yeah, your personal pick. What are you gonna go with?
Um, I'm torn between two. I'm torn between two songs.
Me as well,
Dude, we might have picked the exact same two songs.
dude. I'm
Oh
thinking
my
it, dude. That'd
god.
be crazy.
Holy shit. So let me take
Okay.
you back. Let me take you back to my life. Uh you're 14 years old. You didn't know any other music existed outside of what is on the radio, and you hear Jumpman for the first time.
Oh, yeah, that one's. I didn't have that
It's
one.
so like okay, well, I kind of got excited. No, I love like Jumpman is so like nostalgic for me, and I think it's such a good beat despite it being so early into Metro's career, and I think it's very very solid. He did a lot of production on that. Um, what?
He did like 8 tracks on
Yeah,
"What a Time to Be
what a
Alive."
time to be alive. Yeah, he did a lot. That's like one of my. I love that album to death, but no, I think the Jumpman beat is crazy, and it's real good despite how like young Metro was at the time.
Dude, exactly. And I think it's like DS2, and then you hit What a Time to Be
Yeah.
Alive, and they're just both insane cuts from Metro all over these projects. And especially What a Time to Be Alive, I think you see Drake and Future together, seeing the greatness of that, because they had like 8 or 9 beats. Like out of the 12 tracks, there's like 9 of them are Metro
Yeah,
beats. So it's just like, that's when you start to see that guy just take
yeah.
off and start working with these crazy artists. Jumpman's a great pick. My personal pick, this one's like definitely. I thought you would want this one. Ronda by Lil Uzi.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I forgot.
Dude, and I know Uzi singing on that is crazy, but it's just something that's so out of the norm for Metro here.
Yeah.
Outside of like You Was Right, even You Was Right could be rapped on by like Cardi or
Oh,
Offset. Like Ronda is so out of Metro Boomin's usual cast of characters, rap style, production
mhm.
style. It's never really there. And to have a song like Ronda with Metro's production on it, it's one of my favorite beats for sure.
Yeah, Ronda's a really sick song and a really good uh pick. I now that I'm thinking, I wasn't even thinking about it, but like I totally should have picked You Was Right because I oh my god, I wasn't
Mhm.
even thinking. That beat is so insane and so iconic and so good. It like
And it's off the best Uzi project too, which just makes it that much better. You know,
that was a good
um,
segment. We're wrapping that one up. I'm not doing this discussion
dude, the
right
hot
now.
takes. The hot takes. How do we not do the little Uzi take?
Because it would have derailed the entire episode. It would have absolutely derailed it, and we wouldn't have anything. And we have no more hot takes. It'd be 2.5 hours of recording, take 7 hours to upload. We'd have nothing, and we'd go nowhere.
Oh, it would be the most circular discussion
It'd
of
be the
all
worst
time.
shit ever. I also want to bring up another personal pick. This is just random, but like big rings. I also had
Yeah.
that one just because
Mhm.
again I love um What a Time to Be Alive so much, and I think that beat is really good, but I think Jumpman is just edges it out a little bit. But yeah,
I think so. I had a bunch on this list that I didn't pick, but I think obviously 3500. We talked about that beat's
hmm
insane. Um, one that I kind of wanted for the personal pick as well was Tunnel Vision,
yeah,
uh, Kodak, because that's very out of Metro's usual wheelhouse. Um, Bad and Bougie, classic.
yeah.
No Heart, which I definitely thought about picking. If
Oh
you
yeah,
need to
I
pick
thought about that one
No
too.
Heart,
I really thought about
I'm
them.
probably taking No Heart over X as well,
Yeah,
but it's close enough to where it's like, what does that really matter?
yeah,
Um, Bad and Bougie's a hit. No Heart, Low Life.
yeah. Oh
That
my
beats.
God, it's crazy. There was just so many angles that I was really looking for, and like sometimes I just kind of forget that like Metro produced all that. It's crazy.
Exactly, and then Ten Freaky
I
Girls.
had that.
That's
That was
a
on my
it's
list. Yeah.
Nina off the 21 Savage most recent album. I know I have that song rated high above many the normal consensus, but
Mm.
that's a great one. Carsick off of Drip Season 3 with Gunna and
Hmm.
Nav. Sick beat. And then 100 Racks, which is Cardi and Offset off of the QC
Yeah.
project. Um, Another great one. And then obviously Umbrella, Trance, Too Many Nights. Those are definitely all something that should be in consideration as well.
Yeah, I thought about doing Too Many
Um,
Nights as well, but I didn't want to be that guy. So,
yeah, you didn't want to take Superhero and that.
yeah, you know.
Or, yeah, you just don't want that popular of a
Yeah.
song.
Like I
Whatever.
mean, I picked Superhero, but like still, I think picking both is crazy.
Yeah, no, that is true. But in terms of your list, you had X
Yeah,
by
I
21 Savage and Future, Space Cadet by Gunna in Metro, Superhero, Future in Metro, Overdue, Travis Scott, Mr. Right Now, 21 Savage, Metro, Drake, and Jumpman, which is Future Metro Drake. I had Father Stretch My Hands Part 1, Tuesday by I Love McConan and Drake, Mamacita, Travis Scott, Young Thug, Rich Homie Quan, and Metro Boomin, Ric Flair, Drip, Offset, 21 Savage, Metro, Like That, Kendrick, Future, Metro, and Ronda, which is Lil Uzi and Metro. So,
that, that's hard. That's a really tough list to judge, I think. This don't even need to
let
unlock
me,
community post, bruh.
dude, I should make the community post here. I think this one's kind of a toss up. I don't even know, like, we don't even really have criteria in how we judge this either.
Yeah,
It's usually just what we think is
yeah.
better.
It's all
Um,
subjective. Like from us,
it's
there's
all
no like
very
democratic system.
but I think like when we usually grade these, we're just like who drafted better, who got outplayed in the
Yeah,
draft. I think this one's so subjective that I think we could just put out a poll on this one, and if
yeah.
nobody votes, then we'll
We'll
see.
we'll set the record
But
at like what, like 1 to 4 to 1. I think that's where we'll go.
it would be it's what one. So I won the R&B albums draft and the Chance the Rapper draft, and you won. And the do we have another one?
Yeah,
In the worst rapper draft
yeah,
last week, and
yeah,
you won the Futures of 2016 draft. So it's 3-1
yeah.
currently. Well, this one's close enough, or just not like we don't have any way to peel this one apart. So we'll throw this one out there to the fans.
Hmm.
Minimum votes, I'll say like 20 or like 10.
Yeah.
10. Minimum votes are 10, and if it doesn't get 10, it goes down as a tie.
The first name we see in the comments, if we see either Jacob or Sam, the first comment we see will be the determined winner. So if you
Yeah, the
made it
first
this far, it's up to you. And there's no comments, it's up to you. You're the sole decider.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll have that as the criteria. And you know what? No alt accounts.
I'm not
I don't
doing it.
trust
I'm
you on this.
not. No, I'm not. I don't care that much.
But if you made it this far and then commented, first person to comment the name, well, that'll be the deciding pick.
Yeah.
Um, for everybody, if nobody even comments, then we'll be down to the 10
Yeah.
votes. But great episode this week. What do we have? You got anything on the docket next week? I know it's coming up. I think is that Nudie album next
It
week?
might be. It actually might be. Kind of excited for that one, low key. I don't know why.
Dude, I'm super excited for that. I'm very excited for that. Yeah, I don't know what else we got rolling through, but we'll definitely have a full docket. Maybe even we'll rip some discussion on random things if there's nothing
Mhm.
there. So a little bit of a shorter episode this week, but not a ton of stuff for us to drive into really deep dive.
Mhm.
But that wraps up our segments today. Any parting words for us, Treasure?
No. Fun, fun episode. Fun draft. Fun segments. Um, can't wait for next week.
Your power's back on.
Power's back. Yeah. I lost power. If everyone wanted to know, my entire building lost power, so we couldn't record yesterday.
Yeah, and I'm actually in the building I recorded episode 1 in.
Oh.
So throwback for anybody who ever watched episode 1. I'm in. This will be the last time I'm ever in the place I recorded episode 1 in, but it's right here. So, all right, with that wraps it up. We'll see you guys next week, and look forward to seeing you then.
Peace.